Mandereczko, z tej strony Snake, to już końcówka 39 Steps, ale kontynuujemy historię, zobaczymy jak to się skończy. Ostatnio trafiliśmy do Londynu i nasz Sir Walter poprosił nas, żebyśmy pojechali jego samochodem do Londynu i poznaliśmy pewnego oszusta. Znaczy, tak się wydaje, że to oszust, ale zobaczymy co dalej. Lecimy.
And I feel reassured.
Sir Walter!
Gentlemen! This is Mr. Hannay, of whom I have spoken to you. I'm afraid, Hannay, this visit is ill-timed.
That remains to be seen, sir. But I think it may be in the nick of time. For God's sake, gentlemen, tell me who went out a minute ago.
Lord Alloa.
It was not... It was his living image, but it was not Lord Alloa. It was someone who recognized me, someone I have seen in the last month. He had scarcely left the doorstep when I rang up Lord Alloa's house and was told he had come in half an hour before and had gone to bed.
Who?
The Black Stone.
Nonsense.
No tak, czyli to była osoba, którą już widzieliśmy wcześniej. Zapewne przebrany inaczej, ale to ten gościu, czyli ten... z tym rozmawialiśmy w tym domu jego. Sam dał ciasto i mleko, no ale chyba okazał się no kimś, kim nie powinniśmy w ogóle, komu nie powinniśmy w ogóle ufać.
I have spoken to Alloa. Had him out of bed, very grumpy. He went straight home after Malross's dinner.
But it's madness. Do you mean to tell me that that man came here and sat beside me for the best part of half an hour and that I didn't detect the imposture? Alloa must be out of his mind.
Don't you see the cleverness of it? You were too interested in other things to have any eyes. You took Lord Alloa for granted. If it had been anybody else, you might have looked more closely, but it was natural for him to be here, and that put you all to sleep.
The young man is right. His psychology is good. Our enemies have not been foolish. I will tell you a tale. It happened many years ago in Senegal.
O, znów historyjka. Czyli lew zjadł jego konia po prostu. He.
I stuffed my fishing rod into his jaws, and I had a pistol. Also, my servants came presently with rifles. But he left his mark on me.
No, ale ten człowiek był jednak bohaterem, bo zabił tylko lwa.
Consider. The mare had been dead more than an hour, and the brute had been patiently watching me ever since. I never saw the kill, for I was accustomed to the mare's fretting, and I never marked her absence, for my consciousness of her was only of something tawny, and the lion filled that part. If I could blunder thus, gentlemen, in a land where men's senses are keen, why should we busy, preoccupied urban folk not err also?
Well, I suppose there is nothing for it but to change the plans.
Nie było tekstu. Świetnie po prostu.
Did you tell Lord Alloa what has happened? No? Well, I can't speak with absolute assurance, but I'm nearly certain we can't make any serious change, unless we alter the geography of England.
God, and we have not a rag of a clue.
Besides, there is the post. By this time the news will be on its way.
No. You do not understand the habits of the spy. He receives personally his reward, and he delivers personally his intelligence. We in France know something of the breed. Now, there is still a chance, mes amis. These men must cross the sea, and there are ships to be searched and ports to be watched. Believe me, the need is desperate for both France and Britain.
Where is Scudder's book? Quick, man! I remember something in it.
What is it going to be?
On there.
Okej, otwieramy książeczkę Skadera.
Ha! 39 steps. 39 steps. I counted them. High tide, 10:17 p.m. What relevance is all... Don't you see? It's a clue. Scudder knew where these fellows led. He knew where they were going to leave the country, though he kept the name to himself. Tomorrow was the day, and it was some place where high tide was at 10:17.
But they may have gone tonight.
Not they. They have their own snug, secret way, and they won't be hurried. I know Germans, and they are mad about working to a plan. Where the devil can I get a book of tide tables?
It's a chance. Let's go over to the Admiralty.
No tak, pod osłoną nocy wracamy do Scotland Yardu. Więcej nie ma, nie ma. Jakaś biblioteka jest jak dla mnie. Musimy przeszukać książki. Znaleźć książkę, przeszukać półki raczej. Okej, zagadka. Kroki. MC. Okej. Okej. Czas ucieka. Okej, to było wszystko. Okej.
Here's the most I can make of it. We have got to find a place where there are several staircases down to the beach, one of which has 39 steps. I think it's a piece of open coast with biggish cliffs, somewhere between the Wash and the Channel. Also, it's a place where full tide is at 10:17 tomorrow night. Is there no inspector of Coast Guards or some fellow like that knows the East Coast?
Why, yes, there is. He lives in Clapham. Let me get him now. This is the chap.
Good evening, gentlemen.
We want you to tell us the places you know on the East Coast where there are cliffs and where several sets of steps run down to the beach.
What kind of steps do you mean, sir? There are plenty of places with roads cut down through the cliffs, and most roads have a step or two in them. Or do you mean regular staircases, all steps, so to speak?
We mean regular staircases.
I don't know that I can think of any. Wait a second. There's a place in Norfolk, Brattlesham, beside a golf course, where there are a couple of staircases to let the gentleman get a lost ball.
That's not it.
Then there are plenty of marine parades, if that's what you mean. Every seaside resort has them.
It's got to be more retired than that.
Well, gentlemen, I can't think of anywhere else. Of course, there's the Rough.
What's that?
The big chalk headland in Kent, close to Bradgate. It's got a lot of villas on the top, and some of the houses have staircases down to a private beach. It's a very high-toned sort of place, and the residents there like to keep by themselves.
We're on the scent at last. How can I find out what is the tide at the Rough?
I can tell you that, sir. I once was let a house there in this very month, and I used to go out at night to the deep sea fishing. The tide's 10 minutes before Bradgate.
Okej, co dalej? Nie masz tego napisu? Kwadracik jest.
If one of those staircases has 39 steps, we have solved the mystery, gentlemen. I want the loan of your car, Sir Walter, and a map of the roads.
Of course.
If Mr. McGillivray will spare me 10 minutes,
Yes.
I think we can prepare something for tomorrow.
Good. I, for one, am content to leave the matter in Mr. René's hands.
To znowu napisów nie ma? Totalnie dziwne. No tak, znowu nie ma tekstu. No ale już odkryło się następna historyjka. Ale w następnym odcinku już zobaczycie 2 pewnie ostatnie kwadraciki, tak więc dzięki za dzisiaj i do zobaczenia w kolejnym odcinku, który będzie pewnie w niedzielę za tydzień. Dzięki i zobaczcie. Stawcie łapkę w górę, jeśli się podobało i komentarzyk. Do zobaczenia na razie, hej!